what's down there?
I don't care, just get off this street, you're not going down there, thank you.
Oh, what's down there? Fair enough, I could agree with you. But as soon as any patriotism is shown, you still come out and stamp your feet and cry like little babies.
They're completely different things. You're that thick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I need to get him, but I need to invest in one of these. Yeah, GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro Hero 13.
Good.
Best one?
Yeah.
Best one you can get? Other than DJI, if you want to include mics.
It looks about 12, doesn't it?
Yo, Chief.
Hey, yo. They never got me. They just pushed me back.
This is a place to be, I think, now, isn't it?
Huh?
This is a place to be now, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it is. Especially with all these masked idiots.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Just got to watch your fucking background here.
I know, yeah.
Good boy, lad.
Just come to get amongst it a bit. With all your mates.
Oh, Jacob, he's fucked off. I'd say half mine. Oh, these lot. Certainly fucking not. Just had to make that point. I don't know so much as that. I was like, don't affiliate me with her.
Hello?
Excuse me, you got St. John's ambulance training? I don't believe you got St. John's ambulance training.
Have the fuck.
Right, watch out! It's reversing! Keep to the side!
I think people can see that, mate.
It's a big fuck off van with flashing lights.
Is on. Yes, sire, what's going on?
And the officers did not allow you.
Interior-old. I told my kids to stop pissing around with them fucking balloon things at
What's happening there?
Somebody blowing a horn.
It's been annoying.
Try and
You want to flick your camera?
No, there's been a massive
Flick it.
on it. Alex into a corner and tried to rob him.
Nazi scum off our streets! Nazi scum off our streets! Nazi scum off our streets!
We can stand and argue all day. If we believe in the one true God, Jesus Christ, then we won't have anything to fight about. It's simple.
You're trying to work out a loophole, but you're
Pray to God for, and we won't be here.
But haven't you just contradicted yourself? Be a patriot, that's okay, but a Nazi? You just contradicted yourself. Any patriotism shown, you stand up and you fucking do all this shit. Stamp your feet and cry. Stamp your feet and cry as soon as patriotism is mentioned.
It's something fucking different.
You just said be. So take that sentence. Being a patriot, okay, not a Nazi. Fair enough, I could agree with you. But as soon as any patriotism is shown, you still come out and stamp your feet and cry like little babies. Every protest. Where am I stamping my feet? I am addressing a Nazi that's standing right next to you. But I'm contradicting what you're saying. I'm not defending. I'm contradicting. I'm
not. My opinion is that
you still come and counter-protest. You still come and counter-protest every single patriotic march. But your words just then, patriotism okay, neo-Nazi not. I could agree with that. But the fact that you're saying it, I'm contradicting you. You are contradicting yourself.
I'm contradicting the fact that Nazis stood right next to you.
Fine. But patriotism okay. Why do you still come out then?
Why do you stand with a Nazi? Why do you stand hand by hand with a Nazi?
He's over there.
He's been around. Have you said anything to him about being Nazi?
Why should I need to? My stance is very clear. I publicly put it out there. My stance is
Yeah, are
very
you
clear.
against the Nazis?
My
Do you
against.
object to the Nazis?
Are you for real? You trying to turn this on me?
I'm
You're
asking
trying
you
to turn
about
this on
one
me.
person.
I'm
I'm not asking
I'm
you
literally
about
picking
movement.
apart your sentence. You can't hack it. You cannot hack it. I'm picking apart your sentence.
Me personally, I'm
You
not
literally
speaking
just
on
said.
behalf of
You
a
literally
group.
just said about
I'm not
being
speaking on
patriotism
behalf
is
of a
okay.
group.
You've just been over there.
I've been walking all
WhatsApping
over.
people in your WhatsApp group, telling them what's being said. And
And what are you doing? Are you not here filming outside?
Sending all the Antifa lot round to round the side streets and that.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah,
You was
I'm helping my
here last.
people. Are you not helping
You was
yours?
literally here last Britain First March, sending them round as well, because you was walking with flags in your hand with somebody else.
And
I know
you're
exactly
here
who you
doing
are.
the opposite. How is that different?
But you've just ruined your whole
How is that
argument, love.
different? No, I
Ruined
didn't.
your whole argument.
No, I
Fair
didn't. I
enough.
stand against a Nazi
Do you know what?
that stood behind
do you
you,
know,
cowering
do you know
behind
what?
you.
Britain stands against Nazis and always has
Where?
done.
'Cause he's
Always
right
has
there.
done because we
He's right
defeated them. We defeated them in the wars. We defeated them in war.
I can do what I want. They can't.
So
They're
that's what the
here.
British
They're
people
behind
say.
you.
Right? Okay. Cool.
You look really stupid
Okay. Cool.
standing by a Nazi.
Cool.
Like a twat with a mask on your face, but here we are though.
5 years too late, love. 5 years too late. COVID's fake.
Ryan, leave it. Ryan, leave it.
We are the communist super elite potato squad. Elite frontline warriors. Super potato special forces.
Check his hard drive
Special
there,
need
lad.
battalion.
Check that one's hard drive.
There's about 500 of them. They've only got about 2 penises between the lot of them. 3 bollocks.
If you're born with a willy, you're
Loads of
a man.
bandits. Emphasis on special.
Is that fucking Disney music in the background? They live in a Disney movie, don't they?
They're all fucking nonsense. Disney music.
So a very smart argument there. They're calling Jackson Media a Nazi, but they're also calling everyone here fascists.
Just because I was stood near.
Fascists, right?
We know who the real fascists are.
I put my political feelings out there. Everyone knows my political feelings, and whether I stand with people or not. But the true fascism is this lot, because I can't stop him having his beliefs and doing what he wants. Maybe I disagree with some things, maybe I don't. Right? My political opinion's out there for the whole public. But the fact of the matter is, they can't have an educated argument between one of them. Not one of them educated enough to have a conversation. You see how she walked off? She's not educated enough to have a conversation. Wants to bring her around. Wants the shotgun point. You can't debate like that. Shotgun point. Oh, where's your umbrella gone? Oh, no, it's gone. Oh, it's broken now. Oh, too bad. Ooh.
Why are you making this person's face?
Huh? I have no idea. What's that? She just came up against me like that.
Take off the face mask and love. Show your face.
I know, yeah, just have 10 on 10 rolls. I'm going to 10.
No, you're not petting your leg.
Going Lefties tomorrow.
No, probably not.
I can't believe.
Wait, is it tomorrow?
Somebody's
there's
lost
one.
a pair of underpants.
There's one tomorrow on Victoria Court.
Huh?
A pair of undies.
I don't know, I seen them earlier.
Has gone home with no undies.
There's that one, and there's one on the 2nd of May as well.
Yeah, this one is the 2nd of May.
Oh,
yeah. That's the one I've got. I've got that
Yeah,
one.
no, there's another one as well at 1:45 in Victoria Park in Leicester, near the train station.
Huh?
I know you.
Do you know me?
Yeah, I've been following you for years, man. Respect.
Respect, man.
Yeah, man. Nice one.
Love it.
Yeah. Remind me again.
Ryan Rampage.
That's it, Ryan Rampage. You know, I was over in Bolton and that side, aren't you? Yeah, respect, man.
Respect,
nice one.
man.
Take care.
Enjoy your day, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Get gone, you smelly rats. Got Wesley Winter over there.
Alright. It's been a bit quieter than last time, hasn't it?
That one in the middle's not a woman. That's a bloke. That's a bloke.
That bloke there's filming. Don't work a video. Don't work.
It's a bloke. It can't be women against far right if they're not fucking women.
Trannies against far right. Trannies against fucking common sense.
Because you won't fall in the outfit with a mad money. You're mad money.
Fucking mental.
You was cool with me.
Fucking mental, mate.
What time are you going back?
Whenever, mate. Whenever.
Yeah, come on, really. Yes, we're all dispersing. Hey, cover.
Come on, stay safe.
Like you. Hey, when you posting again?
Tonight.
Are you?
In about an hour.
All right.
It's in a Brooklyn. Yeah, I get it, you know.
All the coppers.
It's just, you know what it is, bro. What country?
Escorting the masked idiots.
That's what I say. So much in here now. Them things should be a good couple of waters back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You fucking Anna, fuck off away from me.
Hey, I'm not chasing, yes?
Smelly cunts. Fuck off.
Chasing, yes?
Oh, you smelly bastards. Fuck off away from me.
What the fuck?
They call us bricks then?
Yeah.
Bricks, what bricks?
Nazis! Nazi scum!
See ya. See ya.
He loves the back door, does John?
Backdoor John.
Taxi for John.
Have it, scumbags. Get a job. Get a job, you Christmas.
Spend more money on hoodies.
Back door, John. Taxi for John. You are
like you
You!
Where's your little trumpet?
Where's the little taxi driver? Leave the kids alone!
Go get in a taxi with this man.
No!
For the love of God.
No.
Is that your gift?
Belongs to private property, it's Manchester Road.
What?
Manchester Road.
The real Antifa!
Any property on the gate shut?
You're the Antifa! I wonder how many money is made on you. How much money has everyone made on you?
Leave the keeping moving.
Hey! Get dragged in, sausage!
Like you got that guy in the taxi.
I've got a picture of finding the gate now.
What is it?
Got a bitch more than the thing, don't I?
What is it? I don't know. Why would he know?
Appreciate that, mate. Start walking off for us, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Start walking off for us. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Off you go, please, guys. Thank you. Not down there, you're not, mate. Down there if you want. Thank you.
Why, what's down there?
I don't care. Just get off the street. You're not going down there. Thank you.
Oh, what's down there?
That's you nicely. Now move on. Yeah. Yeah. That's all you're getting. Off you go. Now. Go. Start moving on, please, guys. Come on. We've got to let this traffic through. Off you go. Off you go. Thank you. Keep going. Thank you. Cheers. Come on, mate.
Why is he getting hands on like that?
What's your collar number?
9.
You've been told.
We've just told you to go. We've just told you to go. Please go.
Police, everybody. This is what you get from the police.
And then they wonder why everyone hurts you.
So we're not allowed to go around.
I am filming.
I'm just passing by. I'm not even with these guys.
See you later, guys.
I've got to walk somewhere, right?
Walk there, guys. Keep walking.
What station are you based at?
I don't have to tell you that, do I?
I don't know.
9838, that's what you get. See you later.
I'm not your name.
So we're still on the street? We're still on the street?
Where's the dispersal? Stop pushing people. No, nobody's been dispersed. So why? He does want to beat his wife up. You're right there, love. Why is it people are getting pushed around the street when there's no dispersal in place? What's the crack here?
Yeah, what is happening? What is happening, Ryan? What is happening? We're getting pushed around. There's no dispersal. What is happening?
What's going on today? Why
We've seen a bit of the first match and then there's just the people bounce.
Massive protest. Wesley gets to
Yeah, he gets to stay, doesn't he? If you have so many followers or something, then you're
yeah.
To be fair, so a couple of the other officers were just like quite lenient, stood around him thinking what the fuck is going on. So that proves right there he was stepping out of his line. He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. End of. He's bang out of fucking order. The other officers knew it, but couldn't stand up to him or wouldn't stand up to him because he ain't fucking brave enough. And that is why the public hate the police, because they act like that and they back each other up every single fucking time. What scumbag?
What's your channel?
Ryan Rampage.
I'm not. I'm highlighting the irony of you, mate.
Where's the irony though? Explain the irony.
Oh my
Elaborate,
God, bro!
elaborate then.
Right. British values, yeah. We're an ex-colonial empire, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
Asians, Indians, Africans, they came to this country, rebuilt this country, and you say that they shouldn't have been here, they shouldn't have been let into the country, even though they were part of the workforce that rebuilt this country.
The British people never voted to start getting non-white
Who
immigration.
has to vote on that? way of letting people in.
Because the attitude, let's face it, back in the 1940s...
That didn't achieve anything, mate. You ended up with more Asians from Brexit.
Yeah,
so.
because they didn't follow it through. They didn't go
anyway,
with the
that's another
people's
story.
vote.
We're going back to the 80s, yeah, to Windrush, because this guy literally says that black people shouldn't be in this country. They shouldn't be allowed in.
I never said that. I said the majority of them that are in this country should be deported. I'm not just black people, basically.
Mate, you've literally got a British Union and fascist flag, yeah, and you're telling me that you don't support 100% re-migration from
No
these people.
foreigners
No,
should
I'm
be in
not.
this
I
country.
think the UK, I'd be
My
happy...
nan's a foreigner and I'm a product of being here. You're saying that she shouldn't be in this country? Wow, mate, fucking wrong.
I'm not looking for
No,
a
no,
woman.
wrong.
He's entitled to his opinion.
Nah. Because when you're saying that people, yeah, just because of their genetics, because of their colour, shouldn't be in this country.
I don't agree with that myself. You should have the right to say that opinion and share it. You can have the right to not like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that that's how we result in people like Hitler and Stalin. No.
No,
How's that rubbish?
The UK...
How did Hitler get in power? How did Stalin get in power? Hitler got in power via free speech, Stalin got in power by force.
He needs
But he
another
still
good
appealed
kicking.
to the masses by putting out his views to people.
He didn't have any free speech at all. He was saying anything against what
He used free speech to appeal to the masses. So when you give people like this free speech and National Rebirth Party, Homeland and all them lot, you're going to open up a pathway to these ethno-nationalists, to these neo-Nazis.
Well, it's not, if they join those kinds of groups, it's not like they were pressured. If you're stating facts or whatever, pushing some sort of narrative, it's up to the other person on the receiving end to decide, oh, actually, I agree with this and I'm going to join it. Or, actually, no, I don't want anything to do with that, I'm going to go.
Right, that's completely going off what I'm saying here, because we were talking about race originally.
Okay.
I don't understand how you've gone from me talking about that, because you're going to re-watch this and you're going to think, why the fuck have I just said that? I'm absolutely baffled by how you get to these points of conversation, Jackson. This just proves me I don't think you know what your views are, because everything I've said to you, you've just shrugged your head.
You've just been making statements and I've been going, okay, I don't know what point you're trying to make. You're trying to make me see irony.
Yeah.
Well, there's no irony.
Why is he so bothered what he thinks or believes? Why is he so bothered about it? I don't understand that.
Because, like I said, mate, I'm part Indian, yeah, so if this gun's got an issue with my nana being in the country, then...
You're constantly putting words into my mouth. They say, oh, I've got an issue with this, I've got an issue with that, and I'm constantly having to be like, well...
When you talk about... You still said, though, that the Windrush generation should have been let in this country. You admitted that at the start of this conversation.
That's his belief, and that's what he thinks.
And that's what... as I've already said, though, mate, this is where free speech gets us to the extreme points where you've got violence on the streets, like Combat 18 and National Front, burning down people's houses and gypsy trailers.
That's stepping into breaking the law.
Disagreeing with the Windrush
but that's still what happens, though, as a result of letting people like this speak, because they appeal to people like that, and then you end up getting violence out of it.
Let them speak as much as they want, free speech, but then
they need to accept the repercussions that comes with
there was actually violence when the Windrush generation came. Like, people got the windows put through when there was protests because the British people didn't want them there.
Yeah. As a result of the National Front of Combat 18, well, the vast majority of people, they didn't give a fuck. The majority of people were out there against the National Front. The only issue is now is that there's been a shift in politics, and all the lefties are fucking weirdos that you've seen to have this equal sort of shift of protest sides where everyone's got an equal number on each side. But if you look back in the day, mate, it was plain wrong to say that black people shouldn't be allowed in this country just because of the colour.
It's not just about colour, it's your ethnicity is a lot more than colour, it's your entire genetic makeup.
Well, I'm half and half, so where does that put me?
Well, when it comes to people that are mixed, if you've got someone who's half English, half something else, they've still got half of their family that they can trace back to England, which I think, alright, fair enough.
Well, yeah, my family can trace back to England, but soon enough, though, let's say if I was to marry an Indian woman, and then further down the generation my child marries an Indian person, then eventually there's not going to be any ethnically British in there, but there's still going to be that history of being born in this country from me being here.
Yeah.
So where do we go from there?
Well, that's the whole mixed race thing. It's only started, you know, like back in the 50s, but, you know, again, if you can...
Yeah, well, you've got to accept, mate, it's 2026, you're not going to get away from it. So this is 2026, mate. You are not going to get away with seeing a mixed race couple in the street, like, every day. So how can you say that you wouldn't allow these people to say, come into this country back in the day when it was, but they're still here now, mate.
Yeah.
You have to accept that.
Well, yeah, I do. I accept there's nothing we can do about it.
We've got a homeland to go to.
So what do you expect to happen? You've got a homeland.
We've got a homeland to go to.
I'm not from India though, mate.
You're not bothered.
Yeah, but my nana's from India. I'm not from India. That doesn't make it my homeland.
When we left India, we left a better place before we fucking went there. And when we left,
Yeah, we did. As it did with Rhodesia. But that's not to say that they can't come over here though and rebuild this country.
come over here, where they live, leave their places.
Get a girlfriend or something, I don't know.
Not the ones where I've worked at, the last way, don't get me on about that.
Fuck Birmingham, it's a fucking hellhole.
Right.
It's a shithole.
Go to fucking Stratford and go to Lostock, it's all white working class people on benefits. Go to
Get
my
it.
homeless accommodation, it's all white working class people on benefits.
Like it should be white
If people-
class people.
No, they shouldn't be on benefits. They shouldn't be on
How do you
benefits.
know
They
the
shouldn't be on benefits.
benefits like?
Because I fucking live there, mate.
Oh, so you've asked every single person in our area.
Yeah,
to
22
like-
people. 22 people in my supported accommodation, yeah, not one of them was employed, mate. All of them on housing
Supported
benefits, all of them
accommodation.
unemployed, limited capability for work, hit all that, yeah, because the rent's $1,200 a month. Now that's because it's a systematic issue. The system has put stuff in place which makes it difficult for the individual. Just like refugees coming over to this country who do want to work, they're put on a waiting list to be on a to be a refugee. They don't want to be on it. Yeah, they don't want to be on that waiting list. They just want to get into fucking country and work, into the country and work.
Yeah, but most people, I don't want that to
And
happen.
drive our wages
Oh,
down.
what's the issue with that? They're not
Because
driving wages now, though.
Countless
You
women
just
have
need to
been
bet
raped
yourself
and
and train up
fucking
more,
harassed
mate.
and murdered. Like that woman in the hotel.
Well, what did you do?
Letting
as a
them all in,
trade
it's
then?
just not going to be. It's not a good idea. We've seen the results.
Right? So as a trade, yeah? So as a trade, yeah? As a fucking Indian coming over to this country who's on the same wage as you, he's not going to be fucking getting less of a wage from you, lowering your wage, mate.
No, mass
wasn't on
immigration
the
does stagnate wages.
I was on
What?
Because if you've got like millions of people that are cheap labour, then it's like the average wage is less likely to go up.
Yes, but everyone's on the same wage though anyway.
No, they're
Why
not.
is
But
the
it, yeah, but
Indian...
it slows down because if you've got people
It's
coming
not-
from poor countries that will accept less for the same amount of work, then that affects the
Yeah,
white.
but the minimum wage though is just above board for everyone though. It doesn't matter where you come from. So if you
Yeah.
go to Manchester, there isn't an Indian earning less than the white person in there. So that's not going to be lowering anyone's wage.
No, I'm not saying low, it stagnate, so it won't go up the rate.
Don't get me wrong, I admit that 100%. Usury has caused a hell of a lot of problems in this country. Yeah, the import of using foreign workers for cheap labour, yeah, that has caused
Fire
an issue.
and rehire.
But yeah, but the fact is though, is that we're in 2026, as I've said, we're in modern day times, all this kind of cash in hand stuff and all that, yeah, it's normal wages that we've got. People have got on the same
Cash
wage
in hand?
above board.
That's fair fucking illegals.
Well, no, you can't get it anymore though. That's the point. It's fucking impossible.
No, you
can.
I know, mate, I know from being
can.
in supported accommodation, yeah.
can.
And when I was looking for cash and hand work, mate, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. The only people who could find it was the Hungarians and the immigrants because they'll take less of a wage.
That's what I mean.
That is
that's
the
what I
only
mean. That's what I
place.
mean. That was
That's
the point I was
exactly
just
it.
making. That
So
was the point.
cash in hand, mate, that's cash in hand. That's not legal. Let's talk about legal wages. People being paid on the books.
You want to talk? You want to talk? You want to talk about legal?
Lowering
You
your
want to talk about
wages.
legal? As soon as they step foot in this country the way they're doing, it's illegal. They're breaking the law.
Yeah, yeah.
They should be arrested and locked up.
So you're on about the boats, yeah?
I'm on about every single boat that comes across here. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they
Yeah,
come
so that's with the
from. We don't know
boats, yeah.
their history.
I'm talking about the people who are coming over here on planes, mate, legit immigrants, not the fake refugees that you're seeing that don't want to integrate.
How many
right?
legit immigrants are we seeing?
Well, take for example, my family were part of it. The ones that are coming in nowadays, I don't know too
So
many personally.
during the legal immigration, they would have had to come over here and prove that they had had to either be educated over here or gonna work over here and got a trade over here
Well, there were a lot
to
of
build the current climate.
And it was only in the tens of
There
thousands.
were a lot of people over there actually who came over who didn't even speak English and learned English when they got over here. You didn't have to have the skill set.
Yeah, but it was a privilege.
No, but it was sort of that. It was like a visa. You had to go by these steps to come into this country. But right now, there is nobody coming into this country via these steps.
My brown nana says the exact same thing, mate. She
I don't know
probably
what.
goes right-wing
Please
denial.
don't mention colour. Don't mention colour because it's not got nothing to do with colour.
Well, I only mention it when it comes down to me arguing with
Yeah,
you, really.
but you're saying my brown nana. That should be offensive to you.
Well, no,
Why
it's
you
not,
got to mention colour?
because if
That's
anyone wants
racist.
No, because if anyone wants to talk about their own personal opinion, I'm talking about someone who's in my
but you're being
personal life.
racist to your nana.
Well,
You ain't got to
no,
mention
because we
colour.
actually-
Yes, you are.
What's colour got to do with it?
Because she's brown and she's in this country and she's still not happy about the level of illegal immigration in this country.
Okay, what's her ethnic background?
Indian. Born in
Indian.
Tanzania.
So, mention that rather than mention the colour of her skin. And that's me telling you it, and it's your fucking nana.
Well, my point from that though, from her being brown though, is the fact of when I'm arguing with lefties. So I don't use that kind of argument when I'm obviously talking to you guys.
But you just did.
I've not used it in the sense as to say that all brown people, well, going off topic now, but it's in the sense as though brown people are lowering wages. I meant it across board. I'm not going to be specific about Asians, Indians, African, whatever. I just meant it across board. Anyone who's an immigrant who isn't white European, as it were, yeah?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All I'm saying is I don't see colour in this situation. What I see is people illegally breaking into this country that should be deported. Do you disagree with that?
I agree with that.
You agree with it? Okay.
But my point is that this guy says that even legal immigrants, people who are bringing stuff to this country, who are contributing, even people like Based in Bougie, I've not seen you say anything about her yet, but she's a good example. Pardon?
I've done interviews.
Yeah, but she's a good example though, and her and Baraka. They're integrated members of society in Britain, waving the British flag with pride.
Yeah, okay, but the problem I have with legal immigration is it's too high. The immigration.
They are now though, by citizenship. They are.
It's only paper.
Yeah, citizenship.
They're in this
That's not ethnicity. Citizenship and ethnicity are completely different things.
Yeah,
You're
but
that thick.
Yeah, but being a citizen of the
You're
UK
a
doesn't
fucking
mean you're
thick
British.
cunt.
You are, mate, because you can't do.
Do you want to go in that back alley now? Come on.
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Get this stuff. What? What? Do the first dig.
Fuck off.
Do the first dig. I'm having a conversation. I'm talking to you.
Joe, come on.
What? What?
Go on.
Do the first. You offered it.
You do the...
You offered it, so you throw the first punch.
Why do I have to throw a first punch?
Because you offered it. You
Yeah,
told me to
so
go
what?
down the alley.
Yeah? So you
Shit,
just
man.
come. Go on, fuck off. Get back
Come
to
with
your
me
fuck-
then. Stop walking in the opposite direction.
Get off back to your shit hole.
See what I mean? Shit, like, just offered me out. Come on.
Go on,
Come on. Come on then.
fuck off.
Shit bag.
Yeah.
Fucking offer me out. You told me to go down the alley. You don't come with me.
Go on, fuck off. Go on, night check.
Take my phone number down. Seriously, we'll meet up later. Yeah, you just told me to go down that back alley. We'll go somewhere private.
You're a lot younger than me. Leave it out.
He offered me out.
Well,
He offered me out. And now he's not fucking taking the fucking offer that I'm giving him. Come on. Come on. Don't fucking go like that and not do anything. Shit house.
Yeah.
Hey, you're walking off from me.
You walked off down there, you fucking Doyle.
I tried to walk down the alley with you and you didn't want to come with me. You offered it.
There's no guy in a good look. You know what I mean?
It's not a good look for him, mate. He offered it to me and he didn't want a scrap. Shit house.
Yeah.
You know what's not a good look?
Fuck off.
Wearing an anti-fascist top and telling people they shouldn't have a free speech. That's what's not a good look. Literally got anti-fascist there and telling people they can't speak. You know the beautiful thing about this country is having freedom of speech, having the freedom to debate people.
But not hating people because of the race though, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm the one that mentioned to you about race.
Well, that's good.
All you wanted to do was go, I've got a brown nana, I've got a brown nana, I've got a brown nana. No one
I
cares.
mentioned that twice.
No one cares.
No, but I mentioned that.
No one literally no one cares about the colour.
No, but the
what we're
reason-
talking about is a political side. All you want to mention is colour, and that's the point. You can't go nowhere like that. You can't get nowhere with it.
Now we are actually getting dialogue with this guy, so I'll talk to him. So,
You'll get dialogue with me because I love to debate idiots.
but here's the thing though, bro. What my point is, yeah, when I'm saying brown nana, for example, right, I'm making the point that it's in my personal experience of me having a brown nana, Indian, whatever you want to say, born in Tanzania or whatever, is the fact that he has an issue with her being in this country, coming to this country back in the day. When I'm saying brown nana, yeah, I'm just saying it just as a broad term, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
It's my
about
own
the
nana
colour.
anyway, so I've got every right to speak about her, describe her in the way that I like.
Yeah, but she'd be offended, mate. She'd be offended.
Well, I say Indian usually, but I say brown to, you know, as a broad spectrum because you've got black, brown, Indian, Asian, African, etc.
Brown could mean a lot of backgrounds, and you mention a background, it means that background. So you mention Indian.
She's Indian.
If you mention brown, it could be somebody that's light-skinned, somebody that's from Pakistan, somebody that's from India, somebody that's from. It could be from anywhere.
True. Okay.
And if you're putting your nana in the same category as Pakistanis, right?
Well,
then you would.
Ethnically, they are related.
Yeah, but they dislike each other, they hate each other, don't they?
Yeah, but
It split many years ago, and ever since
but
then.
my family's Christians. My Christian family are from Kerala, mate, and I can tell you, Muslims and Christians in India, they get on perfectly well, mate, in Kerala. I can tell you that for a fact.
Really, with the Muslim values?
Mate, yeah. Who was protecting, mate? Do you know who was protecting churches and mosques for each other back in the day? Christians and Muslims and Sikhs back in the 1980s.
Them Christians must not have read the Quran.
Look up the Hinduistan riots of the 1980s. Do you
believe in the Muslim way of life?
No, certainly not. So
you're against it?
When it comes, no, Christianity and Islam, I believe in secularism. I believe that they can both coexist with each other. When it comes down to people arguing about Islam, it's an ideology. I can't argue with someone arguing about Islam.
Yeah, it is an ideology.
Yeah. But the same goes towards Christian. I'm a Christian myself.
In the book, it literally says, in the Bible, it literally turns around and says, beware of the false prophets, right? And in the Quran, it also mentions that Jesus was a prophet, right? So, how is Jesus a prophet, but then Moses is a prophet? Muhammad is a prophet, sorry.
Mate, this is not my discussion, boys.
Okay, never mind.
This is not my discussion. Fucking
right,
good chat.
I'll shake your hand, but literally, freedom of speech is for anyone and everyone. I might disagree with what some of this guy says, if I actually knew half of what he was talking about, but I might disagree. I say half of it because I know some of it, but not all of it. But I might disagree with what him says. But the beautiful thing about this country is you can have a debate, you can talk it out, and then you can walk away knowing that you've got everything off your head.
But the thing is, though, is that freedom of speech, when it leads to hatred, that's the issue, though. Like I say, freedom of speech when we're talking about immigration, fair enough, yeah, because we need to out this to the lefties. Like when I'm arguing with them and getting tussled about on Billy Moore's channel. That, for example, yeah, that was because I'm putting out my views that we shouldn't have mass immigration in the country and that we shouldn't have taxpayer money paying for the hotels, for example.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes down to people being, because obviously they see themselves as these social justice warriors, anti-racist, whatever you want to call it, yeah. They're obviously seeing it from a point of view that, from back in the day, like I brought up to you, National Front Combat 18, it was very black and white back in the day with what politics were. It was very simple. You had literal racists against anti-racists. Now, because we've had this illegal immigration into the country where you've got people who aren't assimilating, like they were back in the day, because back in the 80s, the Windrush was assimilating. This current generation isn't. That's what my issue is. The fact that you can't say that you want people to assimilate and be part of this country, yet the white people in this country can't get that off their arses. We've got no fucking British values in this country. The system has literally fucked us all over to the point where, like I said about my housing situation, that put me in a situation where I've got to go on housing benefit, quit my job and all that, because I had to, because the system's put me down to that. Just like when these refugees are coming in the country, or legal immigrants, but also the refugees as well, when they're on this fucking waiting list to be, to claim asylum into the country. You can't say that, one side, the one that isn't assimilating, doesn't speak English, or, you know what I mean, fucking selling drugs or whatever, fucking selling crack in Piccadilly Gardens, and then you've got another immigrant who waves the British flag with pride, speaks English, is here a part of this country, works, pays the taxes and whatever. You can't put them on the same level as each other. That's what my point is with it.
Well, it's different, because if they love this country and they was proud to be here and proud to wave the British flag, then they'd contribute. If you're not,
I'm talking about the ones that are the ones that are working.
Yeah. So
like the ones that are in there now. The ones, I see a black person behind the fucking door in there.
So one of the that's the thing. They're coming here illegally. They're not coming here illegally. Sorry, they're coming here legally. to work. They're coming here via visas.
But what about...
I even know of people that are scamming this system. Right, I've spoken to a couple of Muslims that have left their country and left Sharia law because they don't fucking want out to do with it, right? Because they find it appalling as well, right? But they've left their country, they've come over here years and years ago, they've built businesses up and they've done it properly, they've come over on a visa. But then they've got family members that are coming over on an educational visa, right? Getting their partner or whatever to come over also on an educational visa,
and this is
right?
the broken side of the system.
Having a kid in this country and then going through the...
And this is where
that's it.
Yeah, and this is where it's broken though, bro. Just like immigrants are taking advantage of it, British native-born people are taking advantage of it as well. Just like I said when I was in my supported accommodation and I went homeless, mate, every single fucker in there was on the pip and the housing benefits and all that. Same goes for the illegal immigrants that are coming over taking advantage of the benefit system. If people can take advantage of the system, they're going to take advantage of it regardless.
Oh, 100%, and I pay a lot of money towards it.
Exactly.
Believe me, I've got businesses and I've got taxes coming off me work.
And that is why I won't slate. And that's why I won't slate off the average processor that you see outside a migrant hotel, because they've got every right to be angry. Guys like this though, yeah, who are literally saying that people, no matter what, regardless of, you know what I mean, as long as they are not white, ethnically British, they shouldn't be in this country, even though they're contributing, paying tax. Like Baraka and Base and Bougie waving the British flag with pride, literal patriots. That's still not good enough for him.
It's about replacement. The UK used to be 99%.
They're not replacing you, bro.
They are, because
if that's the case, then I'm part of that replacement of you.
We're becoming a minority. So the UK used to be 99% white British. Even London and Birmingham used to be 99%. Now we're a minority in London, Birmingham, Leicester, Luton, and in the whole country it's now about 75%.
To be honest, mate, it's happening all over. It's happening all over Europe, as you've already made out. Yeah. Supposedly it's a takeover of Europe. Mate, it's 2026. It's the modern times. Migration exists.
Your country should look after its own before looking after anybody else.
100%. Exactly.
And this country doesn't.
No, it does.
It doesn't. I promise you now. There is nothing saying that if me and an illegal immigrant that had got processed in one of the hotels around the corner, right? He got processed. He's been given rent in a house. If I go in for a job interview and he goes in for a job interview, who's going to get the job?
Depends on your skill set.
No, we have we have exactly the same skill set. Who's going to get the job?
Depends really, doesn't it? Fucking hell.
He's going to get the job.
Maybe try and find.
I mean, if you believe that from a case of it being,
just let me know where you go.
What's it called now in the workplace? I've actually forgotten the name for it. Diversity.
Diversity, yeah.
Well, yeah,
equality and diversity,
equality and diversity, something. So, if you're looking at it like that, yeah, I do think that's wrong. I don't think that should be allowed. That someone, who's got the same skill set as someone else.
Alright, well,
it's wrong, yeah, but that's a systematic issue though, again, bro.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But
so
these refugees,
I should have got that job over him.
I know, but he's not done that to you personally though. The system's done that. He hasn't. That's the point I'm trying to make.
But if there's not too many of them here, we wouldn't have to deal with that problem, would we? Because they wouldn't be going for the same job as me.
Well, what?
Do you know what I mean?
Are you speaking from a hypothetical?
I am speaking from a hypothetical,
yeah. Alright, well let's say, skilled workers in this country. Like I said, I had to look for cash and hand work when I was about 3 years ago when I was homeless. When I've ended up working there, I've been a labourer. Simple, no fuck all, I don't know anything. Lifting bricks on my shoulders about all I can do, I'm turning up there and I'm seeing Hungarian blokes building roofs and fucking building walls and whatnot, and I'm thinking to myself, right, these guys have actually put their mind to it, to go on the these guys have actually put their mind to it, to use their skill set, came to this country to contribute, regardless of them being cash in hand or not. It doesn't matter because they're in a situation where they can't work on the books, you know what I mean? So,
but also at the same time, they might have not been trained in that area, but been raised to do that sort of thing in their country. Come over here, they're not trained, not health and safety inspected. Because it's cash in hand, it's always going to be dodgy, innit? But again, who knows if that roof's going to fall through? How quick is that roof going to fall through? Put it that way. because he's not fully trained. He's not going to be fully equipped. He's going to come over here.
You do understand though. You do understand that if you call a guy off Google, he's not going to have all the cards to show you either. Just because it's a white English guy doesn't mean he's going to have all the cards.
No, but I'm saying with the cash in hand.
Like I worked for Travellers when I was in that situation, mate. And I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing.
Not one qualification between them, but they know what they're doing.
Well, this is the thing though. They know who to employ though, right? Yeah. And as long as the job gets done at the end of the day, it's being done to a good standard. No one can say that just because a white man's done it, it's going to be a shit job. Just because an Indian man's done it doesn't mean it's going to be a better job. It doesn't matter. As long as someone is happy with the standard of work that's being given, then that's all that matters. And that's what I say about this country. Someone's going to come into this country, and as long as I'm happy with the standard of work they're given, and the fact that they're proud to be in this country and that they don't spit on the flag, then I'm happy with them being here.
Okay. Well, we'll leave that conversation there anyway.
Fair enough,
I've got to get off. I've got to get off, but yeah.
Grab my Instagram off Jackson.
Alright. Yeah, I won't be.